Our Events Roundup this week banners 7 stories from our Republic of South Africa community. While a baby shelter in Durban, South Africa is the venue of our featured story for our Gives Back segment. And Guider Emil San Juan ponders on why we now seldom see Sergey Mavrodi make video messages in his Just My Opinion segment. To all our viewers around the world, this is MNC, your Mavro News channel. For this week, we have another set of stories about events organized by guiders from our community in Republic of South Africa. We start off with Guider Brenda Kumalu, who already made plans for her event before the new year came, and she was able to finally do it on January 15th of this year at Ngoko Kazi Inanda. She had a dozen of mostly male guests who all came to listen to her talk about MMM. She told them that MMM is the #1 leading financial social network that was started in Russia by Sergey Mavrodi, and that since 2011, the community has assisted millions of people become financially independent. Guider Brenda continued explaining that as a mutual aid donation exchange platform, MMM simply connects the one donating to the one who needs that donation. She added that MMM collects no money from its participants and has no central account to deposit money into. While talking about the benefits, she encouraged those interested in joining to consider becoming a guider like herself. She said that aside from additional benefits, they would also have the great opportunity of helping the community spread, especially among common people. Many questions arose along the way, but she was more than happy to tackle them all, even making her guests laugh on certain moments as she gave her responses. The duration of the presentation extended more than scheduled, but her guests were all thankful because every moment spent with Guider Brenda gave them a deeper understanding of how the community works. Elsewhere in South Africa, on the same day, January 15, Guider Nompumelelo was also up and about at her residence in Stanger for an offline presentation. As her guests were comfortably seated in her living room, Guider Nompumelelo started discussing with them the nature of MMM. She detailed how it all began in Russia in the 1990s under Sergey Mavrodi and how it reemerged in 2011 as a community of members that help each other financially. From there, she moved on to the ideology of the community and all the benefits it gives to members. Guider Nompumelelo explained next the registration process and the needed information to create a free account online. Afterwards, she showed them the login process and the different parts of the personal office. She also entertained questions at the latter part of the event. One guest asked about what she heard, wherein old donations are still frozen. Guider Nompumelelo assured them that they were not slowly being paid, and that with the new innovations being introduced by the administrators, everything will soon go back to normal. Because of the efforts of active guiders who tirelessly do presentations, MMM has gained a lot of acceptance nationwide in South Africa. One guider doing such feat is Guider Zizwe, who on January 22, 2017, organized an MMM event at the V Community Hall in Durban. He told his audience that as MMM spread, thousands of South Africans have succeeded to put decent food on the table, and that despite the challenges the community have faced last year, it has overcome all the obstacles and emerged stronger than before. Guider Zizwe pointed out that this unwavering support from old members was because they understood deeply the ideology of MMM and has followed the rules for safe participation. As he talked about the MMM benefits given to members, He told them that these things will be given back to them for a long term if they also remain active in sharing the community ideology. He also emphasized the importance of putting the ideology into action first, so that they will appreciate deeper how the MMM system works. As he had only two attendees, Guider Sisui engaged all of their questions, making sure that they left the event with all information needed. His efforts were paid because both guests expressed strong interest in registering. The following week, another guider was out in Durban on January 28 for her offline event at the Stanger Community Hall. Guider Jabosili M. Tetwa aims for that day were to teach the ideology of MMM and share how it has tremendously helped her in her life. She started off with a short welcome message before delving on what the nature of MMM is, its history and founder. She told her guests that it is a mutual aid donation exchange where its participants donate directly to each other, and the system only acts as connector between the donor and the recipient. She added that by merely sending donations, members are already rewarded with a 30% donation bonus, which can go up to 50% if they opt to use bitcoins. She also showed them other bonuses they can get, like the registration, referral, and leader bonuses. While imparting the benefits, Guider Jabu Lisili reminded them several times about the importance of knowing the ideology to its core and of using only spare funds to make donations. She said that greed is one enemy that they have to avoid if they want to last long in MMM. She also shared with them the rules on safe participation before drawing the event to a close. Another guider from MMM South Africa that is slowly making her mark at the forefront of making MMM known is Guider Lungili M. Tungwa. On February 12, 2017, she went to the Tusong Community Hall in Umgababa to meet up with four guests and introduce them to MMM. She told them that MMM is not an investment scheme, but a community of people aimed at giving each other financial help through a peer-to-peer system. She added that it is important to know that MMM should not be treated as a bank and that it has no central account where participants deposit money into. As she discussed the ideology, she also pointed out to her attendees that this ideology is the bedrock of MMM, hence it must be understood fully by members as it would help them to participate safely. She also pointed out that MM systems relies entirely on the behavior of the participants. In closing, she encouraged them to join as MM is the only free system that could help them move towards financial liberty. She shared her own experiences too on how MMM helped her life change for the better. Also on February 12 of this year, Guider Jaabed Omar was out in Durban for his own presentation at the Woodview Secondary School.
Understand what MMM is about. I'm currently an MMM manager.
He had 7 people in attendance who all listened intently as he detailed to them important topics about MMM. He told them that MMM's revolutionary platform has changed many lives for the better in South Africa since it started in 2015. He differentiated MMM from other financial institutions like banks, companies, and investment firms. He said that unlike them whose main goal is making more profit, MM's ideology is centered on having common people have the opportunity to become more financially free. And as a free program, he said all they need is a little portion of their time to share it to people they know or online while giving them ample time to chase their other dreams. One of the topics he discussed in length were the rules on safe participation. He reminded them of the one account only per member rule, as he said multiple accounts is a form of fraud and cheating. Another thing he highlighted was the importance of sending donations on time and also confirming them. Like his previous event, the entire presentation was wrapped up in less than 20 minutes. Our last story for this week also happened in Durban, this time on February 18, 2017, at the Umlazi Comtech High School with Guider Emil as host. He had a mix of old members and new invites in the crowd, so he made sure that his presentation will be relevant to both. He was upfront from beginning as he discussed the state of South Africa last year and now. From there, he was smooth sailing as he told them about MM's history and his founder before touching on the ideology. Guider Sandili emphasized that knowing well the ideology is crucial in joining MM, as it would help them have tempered expectations about the system. His next discussion was all about the benefits, wherein he provided examples while showing them also how the donation exchange works. He encouraged all of them to invest time in becoming a guider, as he said this is the best way for them to maximize all these benefits. He tempered their expectations, though, about all these great things by following it with a talk about the risks and the rules. In his closing statement, he challenged all of his guests to take an active role in making MM's ideology spread further in South Africa. Looking at previous featured stories on this segment, one guider's name stand out if we talk about charity events in South Africa. Guider Faith Similani. And just last month, on April 22, she was again out in Durban for another charity presentation. This time, she held it at the Lighthouse Baby Shelter. The shelter started in 2008 and continue to take care of abandoned and abused children from 0 to 6 years old. On that day, Guider Similani brought food items and toiletries as gift for the children. Officers and volunteers of the orphanage were present as she made a short presentation about MMM. She told them that MMM as an online financial social network has helped millions of people, both the less privileged and the able. And as she was handing over the donation, she talked about MM's ideology and how its platform works. She said that everything is anchored on the spirit of giving with a trusting heart. She added that she has brought that they were not of her own pocket, but that of the community as a whole. On the part of the shelter, they expressed deep thanks to Guider Similani and the MMM community on behalf of the children. They said that gifts from generous donor had been of great help for the orphanage to survive. After the presentation, Guider Similani and her team spent some more time playing with the kids before calling it a day.
Good morning everyone, my name is Emil and you are watching MNC's Just My Opinion. With our ongoing effort to discuss questions sent to our submission form, this week we will showcase another great topic for our audience. Again, just like what I said in our previous videos, we are doing this to help our participants understand certain issues inside our community. This week, one of our curious audience sent a question saying, why Mavrodi seldom makes video messages? So I thought, hey, this is a great question to answer. And he is right. Nowadays, we seldom see the founder makes video messages. This question is perfect and at this time because just like the sender, many of our co-participants have also the same question in their mind. Some people actually believe in rumors telling that Mavrodi is dead. That's why no videos from him are posted. Of course, that is not true as much as I know. I guess if that happens, everyone in this community will know about it. I guess there are several reasons why the founder rarely makes his videos or his video messages, unlike the past few years. Although I'm not in the position to make a statement, I think my opinion will help to clear some confusion in our community. One reason I'm thinking is about security. We all know it. Mavrodi is being chased by some people in organizations who wanted to silence him because of his advocacy to change the system of money in this world. The technology is so high these days that uploading one video might be used to trace someone's exact location. So I think the issue of privacy and security is one of the reasons. Another thing is that maybe Mr. Mavrodi wants to get used to it. He wants us to get used to it. I mean, he wants to train his people to become leaders that can handle the community with minimal assistance and supervision from him. Because just like everyone else, he is also a human, and time will come that he will face the end of his road. Maybe he wanted to see how the community would function even without his intervention. He wanted to test the people and see how things will work out, even if he no longer appears to give encouraging messages. I think he wants us to be fully prepared before he leaves for good. Honestly, if I am on the same situation as him, I might do the same thing. Well, this is just a thought from me. Your mind still holds the decision whether you want to accept it or you want to reject it. It can be right, but it can also be wrong. Only Mavrodi can give us the exact answer. That's it for this week. Keep sending your questions or suggested topics, and we might include that in our incoming segments. This is Emil saying, remember that everything that I said in this video is just my opinion. Have a great day, guys, and bye-bye. Take care.
And with that, we end another episode of MNC, your Mavro News channel. I am Mark. Always remember, together we change the world.